Welcome to Education Mastery. In this video, we are going to learn about most important topic, Gagne's 9 events of instruction, 8 levels of learning. Both are very important. See, Robert Gagne, he was an educational psychologist, and his major contributions are 9 events of instructions. We are going to learn about this. Then conditions of learning theory. Okay, these two explains how to approach different types of learning. So Gagne's work has shaped modern instructional design, making lessons more effective and engaging. Instructional design means teaching process, how teacher needs to take the concept in the class to make it effective for the children. That is teaching process, instructional strategies or instructional process in any way we can say. Okay, his principles are widely applied in education and training today. Okay, so Robert Gagne's 9 events of instruction. So it provides a systematic approach to designing effective teaching. When we follow these 9 instructions, our teaching will be very effective. Next, these 9 steps outline a structured process to enhance learning by guiding instructors through essential stages of instruction. Okay. Gagne's model aims to make teaching more effective by addressing various aspects of the learning process, ensuring that learners achieve their educational goals. So we have our objectives, which is the main purpose of the teaching, to make our teaching effective. Whatever we teach, it should reach our children. Children should understand the concept properly. Okay. Next, 9 events of instruction. Gain attention. How teacher should, if teacher is planning any lesson for the child or any concept she has planned, how do we need to do in the class? First, teacher should gain their attention. So use techniques to capture learners' interest and prepare them for learning. So start with a fun game to grab attention. First, attention is very important. So gaining attention. Next, inform learners of objectives. So objectives, we need to say it properly. What are the things we are going to learn? So explain that by the end, students will be able to multiply number single digits. So these are the objectives are there. At last, after we complete this unit, these things children can do. So those things teacher should say. Next, stimulate recall of prior learning. So whatever children has previously learned, those things teacher should recall it. So review addition to connect to multiplication. So this is all. First, gain attention, then inform learners of objectives, then stimulate recall of prior learning. If I need to start multiplication, first I need to start with the addition. Addition, children, they have learned it before. So those things I need to recall it. Then I'll start multiplication. Then present the content. Now teacher is presenting their content. Whichever topic she needs to teach, she is doing now. Deliver the new material in a structured and engaging manner. Showing how to multiply with visual aids. Okay, in Blackboard she can use, and teacher is teaching how to do multiplication. Now provide learning guidance. Now learning guidance. Offer support through examples, explanations, and analysis. So provide support with examples, explanation, and analysis. Now teacher starts to teach the topic. Now teacher with the some guidance, teacher is showing. Next one, elicit performance. Now children started to do, provide practice problems. Now teacher is giving some problems to the child. Next, providing feedback. So give constructive. After child started to do, teacher is making some corrections there. Okay. So give constructive feedback on learners' performance to guide improvement. Next, assess performance. Evaluate learners' understanding through assessments or tests. So assess their understanding with a quiz. Now enhance retention and transfer. So help learners retain and apply knowledge by giving some homework to the child. So this is all instructions teacher needs to follow to teach any concept in the class. First, teacher should gain their attention is important. Then she needs to say about the objectives are important there. Then she needs to relate some prior knowledge she needs to do. Then she needs to teach. Then with some example she needs to teach. Then she needs to give some practice sums for the child. Okay. Then homework should be given. Okay. Next one. Which of the following is not one of Gagne's 9 events of instructions? So conducts a needs assessment. This thing, it's not there. So like this also they will ask the questions. Okay. 9 events of instruction we should know. And what are the things teachers should do there those things and which is not there. Okay, next. So Gagne's 9 events of instruction do not include conducting a needs assessment. Needs assessment means first a teacher is doing some test, and in that she gets to know what are the things she needs to add there. Okay, that is needs assessment. So the event focus on the process of delivering instruction rather than pre-instruction. It is not there. Next, Gagne's 8 levels of learning in the classroom. Now, 9 events of instruction. Why do we have the 9 events of instruction? Our teacher should make a teaching more effective by following those steps. That 9 steps. That is 9 events of instruction. In 8 levels of learning, we have 8 levels are there. Seeing that level, teacher should make a lesson plan. That is the main thing there. Okay. And teachers should do the teaching process should follow these 8 levels. Okay. Robert Gagne's theory of learning describes 8 levels from simple to more complex types of learning. It explains how students gradually build knowledge, starting with basic response and progressing to complex problem solving. Usually in class we do. So we don't start some complex problem first itself. So we need to start with some simple problems. Then slowly, gradually we move to the complex things, okay, or little difficult things. So teachers can use this model to guide lesson planning, ensuring students learn step by step for better understanding, so that children having better understanding. This is 8 levels of learning. It should start from down. First, signal learning. How child will learn? Through signals, child will learn. Signals means some small actions. Then stimulus response. Now teacher is asking some question, child start to answer. Okay, that is stimulus response. Then chaining. Chaining means now child started to connect. Whatever child learned it before, now started to connect. That is chaining. Verbal association, using some verbals, some words. Okay, child started to associate and learn. Then multiple, and these four are behavioral aspects. Here, teacher's role. Teacher's role is very important there. It all follows the behaviorism theories we have learned, isn't it? So it makes some behavioral changes, but someone should do something there. Teacher plays a vital role there. Okay. Then multiple discrimination. Now child started to learn something. It, child can able to discriminate. Then concept learning. Now child can understand the concepts very well. Rule learning will happen there. Some rules, some grammar, everything. There are rules are there. Using that rule, child started to construct the sentence. That is rule learning. Then problem solving capability will develop in last. Last four is behavioral aspects. Last four, this is all cognitive aspect will develop there. Okay, this is 8 levels of learning or hierarchy of learning. How child's learning will happen there. Okay, so when teacher sets a lesson plan or a teaching process in this way, sure, child will reach that higher level. Problem solving capability will develop. Okay, so increasing capability. Okay, this is very important. Which is higher level of learning? Problem solving. Which is lower level of learning? Signal learning. Now 8 levels of learning. Signal learning. See, learning to respond to a specific signal or cue. Using signals in classroom, we used to do. If we say child can understand, oh, they should be quiet. So same way, a student learns to raise their hand when the teacher raises hand for subject. Okay, next, silence. Stimulus response. Your teacher is a stimulus there. Some stimulus we need to give. Then we get the response from the child. So associating stimulus with a specific response. Okay, whichever thing. Students learn to answer 2 plus 2, 4. So stimulus response. Next, chaining, connecting a sequence of action or steps. Then verbal association. They start to do verbal. Learning vocabulary where students associate words like photosynthesis with the process by which plants make food. So that verbal association will start that time. Next one, chaining they do, then verbal association. Next one, discrimination learning, differentiating between similar stimuli. Students saw different fruits, apples, bananas. So those discrimination they start to do. Then concept learning. So in that age, they start to do. concepts they can understand. So understanding and categorizing objects or ideas based on shared features, classifying animals into categories. So concepts they can understand. Next, rule learning. So applying rules to solve problems or understand principles, using the rules of grammar to construct correct sentences in writing. Next, problem solving, applying learned knowledge to new and unfamiliar situations. Very important. Students use their understanding of addition and subtraction to solve a similar word problem, such as figuring out how many apples are there. So those learning will happen there. So our teaching should be in that process. It should follow each step, okay, from first signal to problem solving, so that learning will happen systematically and properly for the child. Next, by following the structured approach, educators can more effectively guide students through the learning process, making it easier for them to understand and apply new knowledge. Okay. Which one is the highest order of learning? Problem solving. Highest always it starts from the down. Which is the lowest order? Signaling. Okay. Thank you so much. Very important topic. Okay. Learn it properly. Subscribe this channel. I'm planning to upload more English, UGC NET and SET related videos. Sure, it will help you to crack your exams. Thank you. All the best.